Wet brain cheeks.
The Ten Commandments, that's the Bible, isn't it?
Ten Commandments are basically written into the doll, I think.
Is it?
No. What do they have?
What's our...
Legislation.
The pub locked. They're here on.
Is that...
But I don't think that says you can't drink in the street.
Is that the thing? No, I looked this up, right, as the drinking publicly is actually a bylaw from Dublin City Council. It's not written into law at all. So it's basically, it's written into... Because I looked this up...
It's like a Dublin Council thing, nearly.
Basically, it depends on where you're from, but basically everywhere kind of abides by it. So I was looking into it because I was distraught one day because I was thinking how many cans did the guards owe me at this stage. Because public drinking, if you're not being a fucking nuisance, shouldn't really be illegal. Like,
it's nearly an unwritten...
It's an unwritten law. It's a bylaw. It's not an actual law.
I don't know what bylaw means.
Basically, it's not set by the government at all. It's set by the towns and the councils of the towns.
So it's basically on...
But it's basically everywhere.
It's a judgment call, nearly.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, there's 100 people here acting the fucking bollocks, right, we're going to have to step in and do something.
Yeah, well, no, I think, like...
But, like, if I'm walking down the road drinking a can, you can't just be like, you can't do that.
No, I think they can, technically, by a technicality, basically, but they can't charge you with anything, I don't think, because...
They just take it off you.
Yeah, they can't.
It's only if it's
do it.
drunken disorderly is different.
If you're being a dickhead, they can...
Law.
Yeah, that's a law. But
actual...
Just drinking...
There's no, like, open liquor... Like, over in America, like, in some states, you can't even open a drink outside, or you're...
I don't think it is like that at all.
For that.
I actually looked that up not that long ago, like, literally probably about 5 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, for... Literally, no, because I wanted to find out something for myself, like, considering I didn't bring it up on a podcast at all. So
the bad cat.
The bad cats, the bays. But, yeah, no, that is a thing. That is, like, because obviously there's countries all over Europe where you can actually promote drinking outside.
Yeah,
like.
actually, over in Vancouver, I see in one of the Facebook pages that they're... Because they're kind of back and forth on opening the pubs at the moment. That they're opening certain beaches and parks to allow you to drink openly in it.
Drink freely, like.
Yeah. Whereas you're not supposed to over there in most places, but now they're actually opening up, I think, like 20 between beaches and parks or something like that. They're actually allowing them to do it. So basically, it's so fucking tame over there. It's more like families gonna fucking have wine and picnics, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can actually do it.
Well, I think there is definitely countries in Europe, like more kind of Eastern European countries, where drinking on the street is not unseen. Like, it's not like when we went to Copenhagen that time, there was people drinking Tuborg on the street like it was a can of 7-Up, like.
Yeah.
And
there was actually that square of fucking pubs where people were drinking outside it, but then within that square there was just people who literally had just cans.
Yeah.
Just joining.
But there was
the
also
buzz.
nightclubs.
Yeah, the music was just spilling out.
Yeah.
Like, you could hear it out there, so everyone was just
drinking outside, like.
Yeah, I actually didn't think of that.
But they promote, like, literally, remember I went on that, like, a mad ramble when you were asleep in the hotel, and, like, I was able to buy...
Yeah, you were just walking around drinking cans, weren't you?
I was able to buy Tuborg, like, it was beside,
yeah,
like, 7-Up and
like
Coca-Cola.
You were doing, like, a drinking tour, basically.
Yeah, I went around to see what the crack was. Probably not the best idea, considering I was going around by myself, half cut. But, you know what? It wasn't that bad.
Anyway.
Yeah. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode... Alright, we're off to a good start. Giddy. Here we go. Wet Brain Cheeks, Season 2, Episode 1, or 2.1.
2.1, I call it.
We're very glad to be back. We've missed it. And
I missed it loads.
I've missed it a lot. I actually... Do you know what? Let's never take a break again.
Yeah,
we're like the Spice Girls.
Do you know we were doing, like, weekly breaks, like, to do a new episode, like, week on week? It's hard to think of shit, but literally, the first week we said, alright, we're going to stop to do a new season. Yeah. Within that week, I was like, Oh, so much shit to talk about. But within a week where we're doing it normally, I couldn't think of it.
When you know that you're not able to do it for a while, it was just like, oh shit, I have loads of shit to talk about. Like, do you know what I mean? I had more shit that I wanted to talk about. Then I was thinking, are we just using it as a fucking therapy session? Like I mentioned before, are we just using it for therapy? Like, and maybe, but
If it is, anyway, I missed it. It's good.
like we got to the point where we had so much ideas that we were literally just like, when can we bring this back as soon as possible, like without seeming like we didn't take any break at all. So I think it did go to 4 weeks, and then we were supposed to start recording last week in the 5th week, which didn't pan ahead because of classic circumstances.
No, same week.
And then was it the same week?
Yeah, it was earlier this week.
Is it?
Yeah, Monday.
Oh, so this is the 5th week then.
Yeah.
So
we're
then
supposed to
next
do. We're supposed to do it on Monday, which basically would have been 4 weeks.
Yeah,
But then we were going to do it Thursday, and
Which
now
would
it's
it- yeah.
Sunday.
but it won't be.
So that kind of seems like 5 weeks.
We won't release until it's 6 weeks.
Yeah. So bank holiday. And bank holiday. When did people start calling it banker?
Oh, I don't even. Do you know what? I can't get
When
on
did people
board.
start saying that?
I can't get on board with some lingo. Do you know what I mean? Some slang.
Oh, happy banker.
Happy banker. Does that,
What's this banker? Why is she happy?
is she not?
Nah, she is. Yeah. She's got a back garden. Don't you see?
Happy banker. No, I didn't. I heard
Not
it-
showing the
heard it's
picture,
got
no?
buzz. No, you didn't.
Oh.
Some,
Anyways.
some mate you were.
Anyways.
Don't
Yeah.
even
So
show me your
what?
sister's backyard. Oh, I was trying to think of something.
We were talking about
trying to
that
think of
the other
something
night, we were
dirty. Yeah, I was trying to think of something dirty, but I couldn't think of it.
Enough. So yeah, back. It's good. Drink. So we're gonna go straight into the drink of the week
Yeah, I think we only did it once before, so
at the start.
so we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it because they're gonna get warm here, and if they get any warmer, I don't think we're gonna be able to drink them. To be honest with you.
Yeah, we're recording in my man's cafe. My man has the heating on in the like it's like 20 degrees
Yeah,
outside.
it's fucking warm in here. Isn't
So I don't know what her buzz is, but we're perspirating. The bottles are perspirating, so we're just gonna go into it.
it? Yeah, let's go. And also, they came in a 3-pack.
Do you want to
Has
tell them what it is?
Has anyone seen a 3-pack of bottles before? Because I have not.
I actually got a bit annoyed, right? I'm not gonna lie, because originally what we got some tequila beers, but we didn't get Desperado, and the reason we didn't get Desperado,
What are these called?
I'm actually only after noticing the name of them. They're called Sombrero.
Sombrero tequila beer, like the most knockoff.
Yeah, but the reason we didn't,
I'll just pass you one.
the reason we didn't get the Desperado is because I got quite annoyed at the fact that 3 bottles of Desperado are £7. So to get 6 bottles of Desperado is €14, which actually annoyed me more than I probably should
Dean,
have.
you're not getting it.
What?
The 3 bottles were 7 something.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, but to get 6 bottles would have been £14.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I was thinking more so. You're just having an argument maybe that didn't exist. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
that's the price.
But like, if you were to get 6 bottles of anything
They're
else,
not-
I know it's tequila beer, but like,
They're not cheap.
but it's not even. I know they're 5.9%.
But these are the
right?
fake ones. But they're I don't know if they're the fake ones. They're just a new one or something. Anyway, Sombrero tequila beer, 5.9%.
Yeah,
And
or
a
I must
3
to say.
pack of bottles is just something I've never seen before, and that blew my mind.
It doesn't make sense to me.
A 3-pack.
Like, why? It means that you're gonna buy the other 3, doesn't it? It's just a fucking arsehole way of getting you to buy 3 more.
Yeah, kinda.
Just to buy 6, like, do you know what I mean?
We're going to see what these are like.
Go on, I'll let you be the judge. The Guy Fieri.
Oh, it's fucking fizzing.
Oh,
Just tastes exactly like them fucking, what are the other ones we were just talking about?
Desperado.
Desperados. I'm not
Yeah, it
even
does.
actually that mad about Desperado beers.
Neither am I.
I don't get the whole tequila beer thing. It just tastes, it's just like a sweet beer to me.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
They're not bad.
we tried to get some limes to put into it, but they didn't have any in the
They
shop.
didn't
so,
have a...
um,
They're alright.
Not
They're
bad.
alright. Drinkable.
If you drink enough of them, you will
See,
feel
I'm
ill.
only going to probably drink another one of these because they're not getting any colder in this room. Like,
No.
So,
But they're good to have. So yeah, there you go. Drink of the week.
drink Sombrero.
Sombrero.
The most fucking obvious name you could put on a fucking tequila beer.
They don't drink Desperado in Darndale. They drink Sombrero.
So over 5 fucking weeks,
5-ish weeks, yeah.
what have you been doing?
What have I been doing for 5 weeks?
We haven't actually seen each other that much over them weeks.
We've seen each other once properly.
Champions League final.
Champions League final. No, the night before the Champions League final
Well,
as well.
2 days. But before that,
that weekend was like we hit the heights.
few beers.
Few beers,
It's
but
nice I had the weekend off.
yeah, and so did I.
But before that, I don't think we'd really seen each other.
No, we didn't. Voice notes, that was it.
A lot of voice notes.
But
What have you been doing?
working. I didn't drink. I didn't drink for 26 days, I think. Which I know.
Yeah. Well, how did that go?
Do you know what? It was fine. I felt brilliant. I felt a lot lighter. I don't know what the game plan was. Right? I just want to see if my head got clear and if maybe I lost a bit of weight. I don't know if I lost a bit of weight because I wasn't weighing myself.
You don't. You lose it like in your face.
Yeah. I think I did lose a bit in my face. And I also think that I felt lighter. Like I was walking to the shop and didn't feel like instantly sweating and out of breath. Like, do you know what I mean?
You're not as sluggish.
Yeah.
They're not as bloated.
Yeah.
And when you say you're bloated to someone, that doesn't mean like your stomach's massive.
feel bloated.
It just feels.
You feel like shit.
It feels like your stomach is way out.
Yeah.
Even if it's not.
Yeah,
It's just the inside feeling. But when you're not drinking for that amount of time, it feels like that.
you notice.
It
You
feels like even if you're not looking slimmer, you actually feel like you're slimmer.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird, isn't it?
that is literally how I felt.
Your skin feels better. Like it's not. You just
You actually do
for the
genuinely
first
notice it.
10 days, you also feel like you've more energy than you know what to do with.
I thought I said that to you. I felt too
It
fresh.
plays tricks on you.
I felt too fresh. Like I actually didn't. Like I was coming home. Like I was going to work. I was waking up in the morning fresh. Not saying that I woke up for work on time all the time, but I woke up fresh, going to work. I'd have a stressful day at work, and all I'd be thinking about is cans. And I'd be like, right, whatever. I go home, have dinner, and they'd be like, what do normal people do with the fucking rest of their evening? Like,
Not
do you know
4
what
or 5 cans, just chill out in the evening. Like,
I mean? Sometimes like I buy 4 cans, won't even have the 4. I'll just have
It's
2
just
or
to have
3.
them.
Like, do you know
it's
what I mean?
just to have them there.
Yeah,
in
and
case
then when you're on a thing where you can't actually buy them. Like I know I'm the one who made this thing for myself, but you feel like you're nearly letting yourself down. Oh man,
it's because you set a little goal for yourself.
Yeah.
You wanted to see how far you go with it.
Yeah.
You didn't want to fucking disappoint yourself after like 7 or 8 days.
No,
do you know
like,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
You want to do as best you can with it. But in that first 10 days, I felt when I done the 30 days before, you feel in the first week and a half to 2 weeks, like,
Boredom.
It's just a killer.
it's boredom.
It's the boredom. Yeah.
That's all I think it is. I think if most activities that maybe I base myself around or you base yourself around weren't drink motivated, it wouldn't be as boring. But because we associate drink with a lot of stuff that we do,
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that it wouldn't be as boring. Does that make us alcoholics? No. Could we be alcoholics in the future? Maybe. But, you know.
I'm borderline.
I,
Also, I finished my 30 days.
You did. We were actually supposed
I'm
to.
at 60 days walking.
We were supposed to record last Thursday when it did finish, which would have been poetic as fuck. But you did. Fair play.
Didn't cancel as per usual. Nah, it doesn't matter. It was circumstantial. It was out of control. But
60 days of 10k walks.
yeah, so essentially did 600 kilometers in 60 days. I thought it was going to be tough. Wasn't actually that tough. I know it was. Was at times.
Yeah.
The hangover ones were tough enough, but
You still did it though.
I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. And then I had a hangover last Thursday, or Thursday just gone, and didn't do the walk. I still felt like shit the day after. I didn't even feel great this morning. So getting back into the walks. But everyone that donated, amazing. Like way above what I expected to get. It's already like nearly 1,200 at the moment.
I think it is. It's 1,200 quid easily.
Yeah, and I know there's a few other people that have to put money into it next week, basically for my family and that, and that's amazing. And for people to give a bollocks about me doing something, first of all, but it's not to do with me, it's to do with the charity, so that's so fucking cool.
It is. So it is brilliant. Like I donated yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday
Or the day before, and before I donated, and obviously, realistically, I should have been the first person to donate because we talked about this on the podcast, but I didn't. But
Okay.
I donated the other day, and there was already like 1,100 quid donated from people, which I went through all the donations, and I was just like, holy shit, man! Like, I was like thoroughly impressed. Like, I was actually more impressed by
The people who
the
donated.
amount of people that were so invested in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because you don't think sometimes that it would be like
Honestly,
that.
when I started doing it, I didn't think that many people would be into it. I wasn't sure if it was enough of a challenge for people to think, oh, I'll definitely donate to that, because that seems like something hard to do.
But people don't realise how much 10k actually is when you're doing it every
I
day,
worked it out. I think it was like I walked for 85 hours in total.
which is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot, and some
Over
days
2 months.
Some days, if you missed a morning,
I done 2.
you done 2. Or sorry, if you missed a day, you do 1 in the morning and then 1 in the evening.
I think I missed 2 days. I made up for it the following day with doing 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening.
Which is insane. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's me, like, you know what I mean? I've never done any exercise, but I actually enjoyed it because I tried to, because I was timing it, and like the map was like showing me along the way, it would tell you how fast you're going or how long it's taking you to do it. It was like I was trying to beat myself every time.
So you were kind of having a little competition with yourself.
I
Like,
enjoyed it. It kept it interesting. Like, I could have just walked 10k a day, and it took me 3 hours to walk every 10k, but I think on average it was 1 hour and 20 minutes, which I hear is not bad for walking 10k.
you kind of want to be finishing it at a decent time as well. Like, you kind of want to be making progress with it as well. Like, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, so yeah, happy out with that, and I'll announce the full amount on the next podcast because it'll be closed within the next week.
by the way, I have a bone to pick. And have a bone to
With
pick.
me?
No, not with you. With fucking nature, man. I have a bone to
nature?
pick with nature, right?
Nature.
Who is this guy, right, that sits in Met Erin counting the pollen? That's what I want to know. What fucking lunatic is out there going, the pollen count is this today? Because either way, they're fucking my life up pretty bad. I've gotten a serious whack of hay fever this year. Like, I developed hay fever, I think, when I was about 24. I'd never suffered with hay fever. I used to laugh at people that suffered with hay fever, being like, you little bitch.
You little bitch.
You little
hay fever bitch.
You little hay fever sufferer. I'm not like you. And then I walk past the fucking tractor, and that's it, done. I'm done for the evening.
I walk by a tractor.
Man, hay fever crippled me the last 2 weeks, like, to the point where,
I hear it's
man,
terrible.
it's not good at all, and your whole face feels like you've actually been stung by a bee, while also emitting every single thing that's ever been stored in your brain through your nose. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, I remember you sent me a voice note one of the days you're in work. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, you COVID? It's like, no, hey,
I just, and
it
it
didn't
comes
even
on.
sound like the same person. Like,
No, when it comes on, I've been talking, I've talked recently, right, to people who are long-term hay fever sufferers, and they're like, you have to start taking the antihistamines in February. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, no, like, if you suffer really bad with hay fever, you start taking 1 a night, every night.
antihistamines.
In February, before the grass and all starts getting cut, before that pollen count starts getting
It's like
high.
to build up an immunity nearly to it coming towards you.
Yeah, so they're literally preparing their bodies for, like, March, April, May, June, by, like, just popping pills
Just to
every
build
evening
up.
just to fucking...
Yeah, because
valid.
it doesn't do anything otherwise.
No, but it's...
It doesn't have any effect on your.
Oh, you can take loads of medications with it, like, do you know what I mean? There's
no,
nothing
you
in
can
it. Like,
you can just take it for no good reason if you want it. It would have no adverse effect on your body whatsoever.
No.
Only,
But
it builds up. It's like getting just getting ready, just getting ready for that pollen
just getting
season.
ready,
Just getting
like,
ready
do you
for
know what I
that
mean?
pollen season.
Like, I know I've do you know what? And I'm strongly thinking about next year, because I've suffered quite bad with it this year, and I didn't think, because obviously I've had a few...
You've had a rough this year, because
Oh, man.
I never remember you saying to me about it before, but when I talk to you sometimes, like, what the fuck is up with you?
Jesus, man. Sometimes me eyes be reefing, me fucking... I feel like... me
Oh,
eyes
it's
be
supposed to
itchy.
give you like scratchy eyeballs and everything.
Yeah.
Itchy eyeballs,
Yeah.
not scratchy eyeballs.
Your eyes be itchy. Your rose is running like a tap. Is that like a euphemism for a vagina or something?
Big runny rose.
Oh yeah, big drippy rose. But basically, it's just everything wrong happens at once, and it makes the worst time to have fucking hay fever is during a fucking pandemic where everyone looks at you like you're fucking going to infect them anyway. Like, do you know what I mean?
Sniffly, ruddy nose.
Do you know what I mean? Scratching your eyeballs and all, it's twitching like a fucking meth head.
Looking
like,
like shit going around.
God, pale as fuck, your eyeballs are red. Oh, man. But
Boys, sorry, go on.
I want to know, I don't know if you know, but I want to know, what is the point?
What do you mean, what's the point?
What's the point of hay fever? Where does it come from?
It's just like, it's a seasonal allergy.
Well, yeah.
It's only seasonal. Hence
Well,
the...
nobody's getting hay fever in November.
Yeah, hence, like, people taking the fucking antihistamines before
the season
the
kicks
season
in.
kicks in, whatever month it may be. So basically, it's just like the pollen, the powder released from plants just comes out at the time of year. I don't know why, but it just comes out and it just...
Basically, when you see bees
But it can
around,
land in my nostril and have absolutely no effect.
do you know what I mean?
But then, next year, I'm fucked.
Could be.
It's supposed to come on as you get older. Some people can have it as they're younger, but it's supposed to come on as you're older. You will get it at some point.
Yeah.
But you can get it once, and then next year you'll be grand.
This is the thing,
And
like,
I've looked into it, right? And is there any other seasonal allergies? No.
no,
Is there
no.
any other like allergies that you can just get later in life? Not really.
So half, like,
Like, this is only an allergy. Like, this is mental, right? You think about allergies. Peanuts, like, all the big ones. They're with you forever.
peanuts, all the big ones.
I don't know what.
Could have named anything else.
What
there
an
now.
allergy?
Fucking, I don't know. Actually, yeah.
Peanuts is the one, isn't it?
Peanuts is the one.
But
yeah.
anyway, you have allergies to fucking penicillin or whatever.
Now you name off a different one that
Because I was thinking I was in the
everyone's
hospital. I was
fucking-
in the hospital the other week and you asked me about that. But you have all these allergies. They're with you for life.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Stuck with you for life. This one can just come and go.
Yeah.
Or you can just gain it, lose it. Like, how?
It's bananas. Like, it's
nuts.
And do you know what?
But
Do you know
the thing
what?
about it is, right,
Go on.
if you have, like, if your family has a history of asthma, you're likely to get it.
Right.
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's through, like, the airwaves and stuff like that. But if you have eczema,
Really?
you're likely to get it as well.
It's skin
Or
condition.
not even if you've eczema, if anyone in your family has it, you could be likely to get it quicker than anyone else.
That's a skin condition.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know
It
enough.
didn't-
I don't know enough about eczema to know that, but I
That's
know
mad.
that's.
That is mad. But probably to do with the itching, I guess.
I guess eczema has something to do with pollen in the air as well. Maybe, I don't know. Because eczema comes on and off.
It does flare up at certain times of the year as well.
It's
doesn't
probably
it?
to do with pollen counts too.
Jesus, I did not know that.
There you go.
I do find it bizarre though how would you say, I wouldn't say 95%, but would you say half the world's population is affected by hay fever?
At some point.
Yeah, which is nuts. And speaking of nuts, that's also an allergy.
I've never ever. that was the main one for me and no others. Peanuts.
Speaking of penicillin,
Whereas people have like allergies to everything, literally garlic, celery, all sorts of shit like now. But that was other ones that just come into my head. But yeah, I would say,
but like you have
I don't know. I obviously don't have statistics, but 50% probably would have to be at least affected.
100% by pollen, like by something that is naturally created.
When I was out doing some of the walks, I could feel the pollen in the air. You can feel it in your nose a bit. You can feel the
Tingly.
sting. You can feel
Yeah,
it.
tingly.
But it wouldn't affect me.
Yeah.
I can just like, whoa. It can get into your like airwaves, your passages. Like,
I want to be out there doing lines of pollen now. What should we wait and see?
oh, lines of pollen, no messing. Come back, and fucking.
Be ringing up people here, yeah? You have bags of pollen there.
Squid, squidgy black.
You want to see the amount of fucking bees Owen has in his contact numbers? Ringing up bees. Have you got pollen there?
You gonna get that pollen still on the go? I need it.
Yeah, you do. You do love buying bags of pollen off bees. Anyway,
But yeah, I'd say there would be.
yeah,
Would be.
which is nuts. Like, I know, and it's weird how it's literally never has been. Probably unless you have asthma, been a life-threatening illness. Do you know what I mean? A life-threatening allergy. Like, if you have an allergy to nuts, it's probably life-threatening. Penicillin, life-threatening. if you're allergic to probably some fruits and veg,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
life-threatening as well. If you're allergic to bee stings, life-threatening. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look, my niece has a slight allergy to kiwis. If you eat kiwis, her lips will swell,
Right.
but it won't
Okay.
do anything else.
It's mad, isn't it? I knew a person that was
That's weird, isn't it?
allergic to strawberries, and she would break out in rashes, but that was it.
Mo-
There was no.
Yeah,
like,
I think I'm nearly sure my brother at one stage, if he used to eat tomatoes, he'd get massive hives after. Like that's an allergy, but that's a mild allergy.
more. Yeah, it was. Like some people can be like,
Mildly allergic to something.
but some people can be deathly allergic to the same thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's weird, isn't it? Another thing that just popped into my head that I wasn't even planning on talking about with allergies. Asian people. I don't know if it's an allergy or it's a digestive thing.
Asian, as in like Chinese or
Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, like all that. Most of
that-
them, pretty much all of Asia.
right?
Drinking beer makes their faces go bright red and break out from drinking beer.
From like hops or something. Or
Yeah, they can only drink. They can't break it down the same way.
the Western world would.
Yeah, basically,
That's mad.
they'll go like bright red or they break out.
Is that why most of the alcohol
It's-
they drink is like
Spirits.
Spirits, yeah.
Yeah, they can drink. Beer gets them big time. Wine for some of them, but spirits
spirits
are
is
okay.
fine, like-
So that's why they drink like. Well, obviously, sake's their own thing, but they can drink like whiskies and like vodkas and stuff like that, and they're okay.
Yeah.
But
That's,
the rest of it, like their faces go bright fucking red, and they just can only have one or two, and then that's it.
that's mad.
They feel like they overheat. It's like that is an allergic reaction.
Yeah, if you feel like
It's,
you're
it's not
overeating,
gonna
that's
it's not
it,
gonna
like-
do any harm to them. It's just gonna make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but we like someone like the likes of me who is borderline lactose intolerant. I shouldn't eat cheese, but I will eat cheese because it's gorgeous. But
God's gorgeous.
at the same time, it will make me feel like a bag of dicks. But I'm prepared to deal with it. Like, so if a person from Asia, from wherever they are in Asia, drinks a couple of beers, they're taking on that, knowing that they're
They're
going to
gonna
feel
have
like
to.
shit
Yeah.
afterwards. Like
Now, don't get me wrong. It might not be every single one of them, but as a majority,
a large percentage.
yeah.
Like,
Do you know what that happens to me with?
what?
If I drink Captain Morgan's and orange juice, actual orange juice, my cheeks go bright fucking red.
Really?
Whatever the reaction between them two is, makes my face go bright red immediately.
That's strange.
But Captain Morgan's with like Club Orange or something like that. It's grand.
Doesn't phase you, like.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a weird thing. I don't know if that's an allergic reaction. Maybe this was a weird mix for me, but
Yeah, well, it could be kind of like a bad mix of things that don't agree with your body, basically.
yeah.
Okay.
Talking about drinking now anyway, so over the last fucking while,
Oh, actually,
the minimum fucking...
I think the week after we stopped doing the podcast, they announced the minimum alcohol pricing,
Yeah.
which
Fucks our game up.
well, it definitely fucks our game up. The podcast instantly becomes more pricey to do. Considering it's actually already pretty pricey to do.
See, it's not that pricey. You don't know the ins and outs. You don't know the ins and outs, do you know?
Oh, so you know.
I looked it up.
Right,
I
okay.
looked
Give
it up.
me the straight up facts then.
Right.
And sit beside your microphone.
They're not raising the price of alcohol. They're capping the price of alcohol.
Right,
Right?
okay.
So say you're getting a bleeding can of Heineken for €2 a can, $2.10 a can sometimes maybe. Loose.
Yeah,
It'll stay there.
okay.
It's just the ones that are below the cap now are going to have to go up to it.
Right.
So some of them would be like, right. It's like, do you know when you get a bottle of vodka, like Glen's or say
Rachmaninoff and Lidl or something.
fucking
like.
Tesco vodkas and all the low fucking price ones
Yeah.
for 70 CL. On average, for a vodka and gin from them low ones, it'd be €13. The minimum will have to be now €20.71.
So basically,
It's not to do with it's to do with the unit. It's to do with the unit pricing, right?
with that though,
So this is it, right? So the low risk limit of units for men is 17 standard unit drinks a week used to be like €7.85.
Do we go over that?
If you want, no, for the week, like.
Yeah, we go over
So
that.
say if you wanted to go to Tesco's and get like Tesco Lager, you could get 17 units of Tesco Lager for €7.85, and that's supposed to be
okay.
like a low risk for like binge drinking kind of situation, and then for women it would be 11 standard drinks. That's $4.95.
Right.
So they're trying to bring it up by unit. It's not actually to do with the price of cans. It's to do with the price of unit.
Okay.
So if you're buying a unit of alcohol that's in a bottle of vodka, obviously the units are going to be way fucking higher than a can. Or not even that. It's just like the unit just has to be a standardised.
Yeah.
So the minimum unit has to be a certain price.
Okay.
And they're bringing the minimum unit. So it would only affect the likes of supermarket brands, little fucking drink,
Yeah.
and then maybe Bav. So Bav would actually go from...
That was already £12 for 8 cans.
Yeah, that would only go to about 14.
But that's
Not that...
it's still quite high for Bav, which used to be like
Bav used to be... Oh,
£8 for.
what was it? Used to be, remember you used to get 6 cans for like $7.50.
You get 8 cans for £8 back in the day.
Yeah, Euro can.
It's gone up to £12 now.
And it would go to, I think, 14.
Ever since they changed their fucking design,
But it would go to like
£12.
it would go to like 14. I was saying to my dad, because he drinks the Carlin packs, and they're sometimes a tenner, sometimes 12. There'll be no specials anymore.
No, they're not allowed to advertise specials, though, isn't it? Like they can sell off cans.
You can't get a crate for fucking £20 anymore at Christmas.
But can they not sell separate cans at the minimum pricing?
Minimum unit.
Minimum unit pricing. So if they did that, it might still come below what they want to offer in the first place.
I don't think so. For the type of cans that you'd be buying anyway, it
Probably
wouldn't.
won't. Like, okay.
It could be nearly level or up. Like there's no. It wouldn't make much of a difference. Heineken will still be the same price,
Yeah, because it's expensive enough already.
or Heineken, or even Canadian, or whatever the fuck.
But you're gonna have
They'll stay the same, but it's just to get the really cheap shit up to the same price as what we already drink.
Do you not find it a bit?
It's counterproductive. It really is.
It is counterproductive because, like, I know I don't want to get too heavy on it, but like, say,
I kind of get it on the cheap spirits.
yeah, oh yeah, of course.
They're lethal. Carry on.
Well, they are, because if you're buying cheap spirits, even when you're drinking them yourself, you can feel the devastation to your body. Like, you can actually feel it. Like, but right, if that's the case, right, say the cheapest bottle of vodka goes up to £20.
Yeah, that would be. It'd be literally 21 euros.
So
it'll end up
are you
being.
saying a naggin will be €21?
No, a 70 cl would go from the cheapest 70 cl you can get now. Be
About
13 euros is the cheapest.
Right.
That's like Tesco's, Lidl's, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would have to go to 21,
Okay.
which be the same price almost as a bottle of Smirnoff.
But this is, so you're nearly
So
gonna,
if you're
gonna eradicate
if
that
you can't
shit.
afford to drink expensive, you're gonna have to.
But this is my point, is that, say for example, right, you've got a family, right? I'm gonna get really fucking.
You know, I'm getting where you're coming from already, because this is what I was thinking when I was going. But
Basically, you have a family, right, that are, say, the mum and dad are quite alcohol dependent. The kids kind of suffer from it already, but they get the bare minimum. Do you know what I mean? Because the drink that the mum and dad buy are quite cheap, so they're providing for their kids. The minimum alcohol pricing goes up. The parents can't buy their alcohol in Lidl anymore, because they might as well just buy a bottle of Smirnoff. Do you know what I mean? They might as well get the good stuff, because
it's basically the same fucking thing.
their options are gone. So why would they buy Glens or Rachmaninoff when they could just buy Smirnoff in a 70 cl? But when it comes down to it, if an alcoholic has a choice between fucking putting food on the table and buying the drink that's going to keep them fucking afloat, they're gonna pick the drink. Do you know what I mean? They are gonna pick the drink, and the kids will suffer. They might get a bit less now because of they might have gotten pretty basic before. Now they're gonna get bare bones, like they're gonna get bare minimum to so that the parents can, or whichever parent, whatever way, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
everyone's
get what you mean. I
situations
get
are
what
the
you're
same.
saying, 100%.
But
Apparently, they're blaming the cheap supermarket alcohol on a lot of like alcohol related deaths. Like I would imagine mostly like the spirits, the vodka and fucking gin, whiskey, whatever the fuck you can get. Like some of the stuff you can get is real cheap. You can get your hands on, but they're blaming that on why they're putting up the minimum pricing, which makes no sense to me.
no, like I think, like if someone is gonna drink themselves to death, they're gonna do it at any price.
Yeah,
If that is their, I was gonna say their prerogative. It's not their prerogative, but if that is their ailment, they're gonna do it. Like they're gonna find a way to do it regardless.
yeah. It was weird. Like if they're saying like, oh, we don't want young people getting their hands on cheap alcohol, you'd say, okay,
Fair enough.
you can kind of get on board with that.
Yeah.
But like, they're blaming supermarkets of having cheap alcohol on people that have drank themselves to death.
They're basically blaming alcoholics on being alcoholics. That's it.
Alcoholics are going to get their hands on something anyway.
It's the thing. It's nearly like it's driving alcoholics maybe to even get something that's a bit cheaper, which would be something on the black market, something that
Yeah.
they don't know what it is.
We've often bought bottles of vodka out of the back of someone's car for fuck all price. You know what I mean?
Some that's going to kill them quicker. Basically, that's
You'll
what's
know
going to
someone.
happen.
You'll know someone that can sell something to you.
Yeah, 100%. And you'll find, and even if you don't know somebody, you'll
They
find somebody that knows somebody.
I can get their. I actually can't get their fucking point because they're not helping. They're not helping the solution at all.
It's the logic of a privileged person.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's the logic of a person who has never had to deal with something like that in their life ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
With
seems
no,
like it.
it's like literally someone.
like the lads that get their points paid for in the doll. You mean?
Exactly. Like it's just it's bizarre to me. Like someone who has, like, surely someone who should be making decisions on social situations like that should be from a background like that. Like, do you know what I mean?
They've
That
seen it.
They should
They
be
know.
be making educated decisions, not just decisions that are based around fucking.
I agree. It should be more towards treatment than than taking away from them.
Yeah. Because taking away.
But all you're doing is making them more desperate.
Yeah, exactly. So
And if you're making it more pricey, and they're getting more desperate, they're going to do more
desperate
fucked up
things.
to get a bottle or a can or anything they can get their hands on.
But I think it'll eventually come to the point where people who were, I'm not going to say just alcoholics because that's not a thing. Alcoholism is a serious thing also, but you'll have alcoholics turn into things that they might be able to get easier and cheaper in the drug circuit. Like, do you know what I mean?
So, and also you get your hands on that cheaper than 20 quid for a bottle of vodka.
100%. Like, do you know what I mean?
That'd be an easier way of just fucking
It's
fixing yourself up
It's
in
a
some
quicker
way.
way to fucking make yourself feel better if you're dependent on alcohol to make yourself feel better.
If you're
Do you know what I mean?
alcohol dependent, then you can't depend on alcohol. You have to depend on something else. Not necessarily, but
Yeah, because you
if
can't,
it's cheaper.
you can't depend on Irish healthcare system to fix it.
Oh,
So what are you gonna do?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're going about this the wrong way.
So basically, what they've put their funding into is making it harder or making it more difficult for alcoholics to buy their alcohol instead of actually providing
Care.
the care for alcoholics who are alcoholics, where they need to stop being alcoholics, basically. So
There needs to be some sort of like drying out system for people who need it.
Yeah, it's the logic of someone who has literally gone, "Do you know what, they're the dirt of the earth."
And if they don't pass that, then sorry, you're on your own.
Yeah, well, I think that could be fair. Obviously, I know people relapse and people have fucking bouts and stuff like that, but I think if you're getting aid from the government, I think it should be a one strike system, maybe.
If you're raising prices of alcohol, right, to a minimum, and you're using one of the reasons being that there's so many alcohol related deaths because of cheap alcohol, surely just raising the prices is not going to stop that.
What happens?
I don't get into whole government shit, but it is only benefiting them.
But what happens when there's so many high-priced alcohol-related deaths? Are they going to stop selling Grey Goose? Are they going to stop smelling?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop selling fucking Smirnoff. What are they going to do? Like,
What's it? Do you drop it back down? Do you?
what's the game plan? Like, do you know what I mean? What happens when it doesn't end? Because it's not going to end. It's not going to end from shit like that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's going to drive people to the bitter end. Basically, it's going to drive people to more.
But
outrageous circumstances.
When I say they're putting up like a 70 CL to 20,
Mm.
it means like if you still have a tenner, you can still go in and get a bottle of vodka. It just might be like a shoulder.
Yeah.
Shoulder and maybe like a can.
Mm.
That'll do you.
Yeah.
If you need something.
Yeah, of course. But
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you had 50, you would have, if you got your hands on €15 before, you'd be like, right, bottle of vodka.
But say you have...
Sorted.
Say
But
you
now
ha-
it's you're not getting a bottle of vodka.
Mm.
You're getting a shoulder of vodka and maybe a can of fucking the strongest cider you can get.
But say you have...
But then you're just going to have to go find another tenner or 50 or another 15 quid to get that again. It doesn't change anything.
But if you go into, right, and I'm not going to go too far into it now, but if you, say you're an alcoholic, right, and you have 3 kids, and you have 20 quid to do you for the rest of the week.
For yourself personally?
No, for everyone.
Okay.
You have 20 quid left to do you for the week. You know you can get a 70 CL of vodka in Lidl for 13 quid. And that other 7 quid
Bread and
could buy
ham.
meals for those 3 kids in Lidl. Probably to do you for the
Yeah,
week if you did
true,
it smartly
actually, yeah,
enough. Like, do you know what I
true.
mean? If you did it frugally enough, you would get
Which,
the fucking...
if you're an alcoholic, the first thing will come first is like sort yourself, and then the rest.
Speaking of alcoholics, what's the crack?
What?
What's the story?
With me?
Yeah.
What? Being an alcoholic?
Why do you wear your watch on your right arm?
Watch on my right arm.
I wear my watch on my left arm.
I know. I've always worn my watch on my right arm for some reason. I know you're supposed to wear it on your left.
What if you do something with your right hand because you're predominantly right-handed, right? What if you're like wanking off a camel or something, but you need to check the time at the same time?
Yeah, that happens very fucking often for me. Actually,
I know.
now you
That's
say
why
it.
I'm asking it that
No,
way.
but wearing it, I know you're supposed to wear it on your left. The reason you wear it on your left is because if they change the time, the little dial thing,
Doyle.
the dial,
The dial thing.
is supposed to be at the front, so it's easy to change the time. But I don't need to change the time. I watch that often, so. But
Right.
actually, if I'm wearing anything on my left wrist, watch or like even, do you know when you go to like a festival or something like that,
Yeah.
and they put a band on your left wrist,
Yeah.
I
Feels
notice
wrong.
it. I notice it.
What?
It stands out to me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but if they put it on the right one, it's just there. I know it's there. It's done. But it just stands out. I notice it so it's like so predominant that it's standing out. It actually catches my eye every time on my left wrist,
That's odd.
and I do nothing with my left hand. Literally nothing.
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 Pick me nose maybe, but I always notice it standing out on my left wrist. I don't know why. I've always felt more comfortable having a watch on my right wrist for some reason.
Would you ever wear 2 watches?
No. Why? I'm not a referee.
Dunno.
I'm not a referee. Why would I wear 2 watches?
I've thought about this sometimes. I'll be like,
No, it's weird. It's a weird one. And you're not the first person to say to me, but it feels comfortable, so I leave it there.
fair enough. Okay.
Right.
No more questions.
Yeah. Do you know, yeah. No, the other day I was on Instagram, right? And I put a picture. And when I went on to my own post, it said, I don't know whose name it was, but say, "We are damned," and 49 others
Yeah.
underneath my post. So I was like, "What?
You're bragging. You're bragging.
Yeah,
You're bragging now, aren't you? You're bragging.
49 is push. 4.9.
You're bragging. You fucking prick.
49 lines.
We are damned, and 4 other people like this.
Just said, "We are damned," and I just. No, that didn't work. That didn't work. No, but it did say, and if it was for 4 other people liked it.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas it used to say others.
Yeah, it did,
So I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, Instagram likes are back." And when I went on to your post, then, or another post anyway, I can't remember, but it just said others. So I was like, "It's only back for your own posts."
It's not. You have to actually change it in your sentence.
But why is it coming up on mine? For me.
Maybe you just click something by accident.
But then when I go on to someone else's,
It
it
means that
doesn't
they
say
don't have
the
it.
number of likes. Dean's closing the window.
Maybe they don't have it clicked. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Do you know what I mean? You can't see it. People have to have it clicked on their own settings
Okay.
before it shows up. So people
Because
can
I
still
seen it
have
on
it.
mine. I seen it on mine. I was like, no way, they're back. And it kind of made me think, why were they taken away? It was taken away in the first place. It's something to do with, like...
I think social pressure is what it was about.
I looked it up, if you want to know.
Okay, I do.
The
want to
actual
know.
quote is, they took it away because it was about creating less pressurized environment where people feel more comfortable expressing themselves.
I feel like that's bullshit.
Which I can kind of get, but at the end of the day, I think it came down to like more people being insecure because
They weren't getting as much likes as some other
right,
people.
me and you, not the same age, but group,
Yeah.
same age group,
Yeah. Mm.
You're what, 27,
Yeah.
30.
Mm.
Couldn't care less if 180 people liked your post and 10 people like my post, and it's
Oh, no.
basically the same thing.
No, if you get 59 likes.
We'll compete against each other. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? Us messing. But
Yeah.
like, say, me, you, the lads that we all hung around with,
Yeah.
same age group. Like,
don't really give a
you
shit,
wouldn't
like-
be like, oh, do you remember we used to hang around so much? And now look at him getting 100
Yeah.
for something that's
I can't
him-
believe Steve Awards after getting 60 likes
for holding
on
up
that
a piece
picture.
of ham in front of a piece of bread, like something ridiculous, and be
Yeah.
like jealous about it.
Steve was always at that.
He loves ham.
Parades ham around bread. I know he does.
I know, and you're getting 60.
He doesn't
likes
even
for
eat
it.
it. Doesn't even eat it.
And I put up a picture of a ham sandwich, and I only got 10 likes. But you know what I mean? Like,
Do you know what I mean? And you're a chef.
that's how ridiculous it is. But I think drop another not age group, but like basically an age group.
It is. It's the next.
And it's like there's a jealousy amongst our own group. It's like, why are you getting more likes than me? I think that's why it was taken away, because Instagram became a young person's game.
Yeah, it did.
It became because I barely used Instagram for ages, and you were using it.
I use that a lot.
I didn't really get it, and then when I started getting into it, they took the likes away, which I honestly couldn't care less either.
When I got into it though, like obviously because I was in a social circle that didn't really depend on that shit, it didn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think at the time when I was joining Instagram, Twitter was the main thing. If you didn't have your fucking Twitter followers, if you didn't have your fucking, if you had more
Followers were a big thing on Twitter, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
if you
it wasn't even like your because it wasn't likes on Twitter, it was favorites.
Yeah.
Favorites and retweets.
Yeah.
But that still didn't even matter at the time. It was just followers.
Yeah.
Sheer followers was all that mattered.
If you had more following, or if you were following more people than you had followers on Twitter,
you look desperate.
you were a bastard. You were actually just a pure bastard. And
You
you'd be
look-
like, what the
How?
fuck is going on? Like, but that was it. Like, Twitter was
I
the...
know you didn't give a bollocks about it, but like a lot of people did.
Yeah, well, Twitter was the first thing after Facebook.
Facebook was just Facebook.
But
Didn't matter how many friends you had. It wasn't because Facebook was like a mellow. Like remember when Bebo was out?
Yeah.
Remember like your top 16, your top 32.
Yeah.
That was, and then your other half.
But Facebook was...
Your
more-
other half, even if you weren't going out with someone, it had to be your best mate. But if it wasn't actually one mate that
Yeah,
thought
there'd
it
be
should have
murder,
been
there'd be
them.
murder. And if one of your mates wasn't in the top 16, fucked.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
But then Facebook
Yeah,
was just kind of like, it's literally just a connection.
Plain.
It was just like nobody was favourites.
It was
nobody
the
nothing.
adult version of Bebo.
Yeah.
It was the adult version
But then
of Bebo.
Twitter came out not long after that, and it was just like followers. That's all it was. And you wanted to have the most followers
Yeah.
to be, in quotes, the most important person.
Well, I had, right,
But like you said,
before
if
we
you
go-
were following more than you had followers,
Yeah.
that seemed as desperate.
Yeah, you were seen as like a fucking elite or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird.
But before we go
It was a
on,
weird time in life, actually.
I had an original Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
and I was quite vocal on it to the point where I would record everything on it. Like, literally, I thought it as my diary.
Dean could not walk down to the shop and buy a packet of crisps without it. Well, Dean doesn't actually eat crisps, really.
No, I don't.
Buy a bottle of Lucasade
I do drink Lucasade.
without it being on it.
Yeah, no, I was hardcore
In
Twitter.
Dave's,
I was hardcore
getting a bottle of
Twitter
Lucasade.
for- Yeah, I was.
Back home now, watching
But-
Dawn of the Dead. Like this, basically, that was it.
Yeah, it was.
Or hashtag MP, and every song you were listening to right there and then.
Yeah, you used to do like a hashtag. I actually did a thing, right? I remember I did a whole.
But hold on, Twitter was quite new at the time,
It was, so we were all
so
trying
like
to figure out how.
nobody
to fucking-
knew what the fuck was going on. I didn't even know how to tweet.
But the worst thing about it was that you can't have a new thing like that and have a fucking angry teenager at the helm. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think that's what happened
So you, when,
with
you have
all
it-
of Twitter. Like,
when you have an angry teenager at the helm of something like that, it's a fucking recipe for disaster.
oh,
But-
it was just a venting nightmare.
yeah. So I was an angry teenager, but I deleted that account, right? And that account had, man, I think I had like
15,000 plus tweets.
no, I had 30,000 plus tweets.
Oh, it was that far, was
yeah,
it?
but I also had 700 followers and
Oh.
about 300 following. So I had the appropriate amount of followers. At
Basically,
the
a 2-to-1 ratio.
time.
Like,
Yeah,
kind
I
of
had
thing.
I had the appropriate amount, but I deleted it, and I deleted it after a bad breakup. And basically, what happened was I went again. I still have the same account now that I did when I fucking entered the Twitter sphere, basically.
Twitter's for her.
And I now have
The Twitter scope.
basically the exact same amount of followers as following, and I feel better for it. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird, isn't it? Like, because I felt like when I was a teenager, I felt like I was trying to keep up appearances to people that I didn't actually know.
You wanted to seem like, oh, look at this lad.
I had-
Loads of people follows him.
I had arguments with my ex-girlfriend about Twitter and stuff like that because I was putting up shit. Now, to be fair, I was putting up shit that I would still put up now, like, because I'm actually quite open.
Yeah.
In terms of like
Yeah.
funny stuff, I talk about wanking. I'll talk about whatever it is that I find
Just
funny.
any mad shit that crosses it, but it wouldn't just be, it wouldn't be 24/7 now.
No, but if there's something funny that crosses my mind, no matter how sexual it is, no matter
has
how
to go out.
it's going out. That's it. And sometimes I put it on Facebook, but only because I'm friends with my nanny on Facebook now that it doesn't go up as much
I don't really put that on Facebook.
anymore. It's not. I can't do it. I have kids now as well, so that's also a major factor. But
Twitter's like the odd one out. You can still do that.
people don't understand how much I appreciate the Wet Brain Cheeks Instagram, because I use that as my source of just going mental, because it is a page for going mental. But regardless of that, speaking of like media and DVDs and stuff like that, I presume not a lot of people know that we used to be basically obsessed with DVDs. The
DVD
collection-
collectors.
The
Yeah.
DVD collection used to be real.
I have a million. I
I-
don't have a million. I bought. I was serious amount in the house.
I used to have a lot, and then I moved house so much that they all just kind of dwindled.
When I moved to Canada, I told you, my chest of drawers in there full of DVDs. I'd say there's probably about 400 DVDs there.
Mhm.
I told you, call up any time and take them. You never
No,
know.
I don't. I wouldn't want to take them because I couldn't guarantee that they would be safe.
That's fair.
Because I
That's
moved
fair.
house so much, it wouldn't have been fair. But what I want to ask is, do you know
Do I know?
what the highest selling DVD is ever, and still is?
Now, what do you mean highest selling? Do you mean like sell on, like
As in, like,
bid it on?
no, I mean like as in
Highest grossing DVD sales.
Yeah, not film. The highest grossing DVD ever.
Sales.
Yeah. As a long film, and it still stands to this day.
Spider-Man.
No. Although that
well, it
that
was
would
the high,
be-
it was the highest grossing movie at the time it came out. Highest grossing action no, just highest
the highest
grossing
grossing
movie.
movie at the time. Yeah, 100% was 2002.
The Tobey Maguire one, yeah.
Yeah. No.
So we just thought that would have played on from
Yeah. No.
that. Fuck. I
This
don't know.
is- this
Snatch.
No. This is about people who didn't even get to the cinema. So this is people just buying this DVD because of how much they heard it was great in the cinema. So it obviously had a great gross in the cinema
Ooh.
and a great gross in DVD sales.
Not the highest grossing cinema, but it
Highest.
just-
No,
it grew from the hype from the cinema.
to this date, right?
Eh?
In 2021, it is still the highest earning DVD ever.
When did it come out?
I would say 2003, 2004.
Wedding Crashers.
No.
I don't know what it is, man.
That makes sense, but no. Finding Nemo.
Fuck off.
Swear to God. The highest grossing DVD ever.
Finding Nemo.
Is the highest grossing DVD ever.
That kind of makes sense in a way, because it was in the in between of people not buying DVDs
But going to the cinema and then
and kids. It's a kids movie as well, so that kind of makes sense. No way, Finding Nemo, was it?
Finding Nemo is the highest grossing DVD of all time, and remains so.
Fucking hell!
Remains so nearly 20 years later.
Shit, didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
a good one. That is a good one, Dino. That is good.
And do you know what? Not a bad film. Not a bad film. I love all that shit. You know I do.
I've never watched Finding Nemo.
Have you? You've never watched Finding
Never
Nemo
watched
at all?
Finding Nemo.
Really?
I've never seen Finding Nemo.
Have you ever seen Dead Man's Shoes?
No,
Paddy Considine.
no.
You've never seen Dead Man's Shoes?
No, I know the film you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
Oh. I used to watch Dead Man's Shoes and then watch Finding Nemo straight after it. Because
So
Dead
two
Man's
films
Shoes-
I've ever watched.
Dead
Hey,
Man's
who are you
Shoes-
watching movies with and not me?
Me. Oh, me. Just me by myself.
What kind of weird nights do you be having?
None of your business.
Do you ever was at yours, right? And the moth landed on the telly,
Yes.
and it was just hard to get rid of for some reason.
It's tiny as
And
well.
yeah,
tiny.
but it wouldn't move. It was, and then we were talking about one time a moth landed on Jake's window, and it was huge.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was almost like a new animal had flown into the window.
Oh, there was mass panic. There
Right.
was mass panic.
It was unreal. It looked fucked up, and it almost looked like a small stingray hitting the window. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It did, like it
I
did.
know.
It was a wingspan was massive.
Yeah.
But then we got ahead of ourselves, started laughing. Imagine that. Imagine a stingray flew into the window, a full size one.
Like if you
Like,
swap,
poof!
if you swapped around animals, right, in their natural habitats.
That can actually fly.
Yeah, like, man, if you had a stingray that could fly,
That's
and you heard it bouncing against your window,
poof!
done. I'd be
That's
finished.
like that's it. Like that's the end, isn't
I'd
it?
be out of here.
What else would freak you out? They could fly.
Oh, there's definitely more than stingrays. Like I wouldn't
Like
even,
everyone would think like, oh, imagine like a lion could fly or a toy. No, them motherfuckers can kill you no matter what. They don't need fly.
No.
They
Lions
don't
are dangerous,
need
regardless.
fucking fly.
Lions
I think
are
it's more like sea fucking shit that could fly.
I think sea shit, and also like if you had like a fucking, I know certain species of squirrels fly and stuff like that, but
Have you seen that?
yeah,
It's hilarious.
they
But
actually look
anyway,
great.
I'm not getting into that. I could actually talk about that for ages. I love it so much.
But imagine like a fucking flying octopus, man. Like literally, you turn around and you look into the sky and there's an octopus with wings.
Like they're creepy enough when they walk on ground because they can.
but you think you're gonna die?
That on your head, you're done.
Land on your head. If I seen that in the sky, if I seen an octopus in the sky with wings, I look up and I go, do you know what? The kids are staying in for a couple of days.
I know, like a swordfish. Fucking point right on the end of it.
Kids are staying in. Kids are staying in the
That
gaff.
man boarding down the gaff. That is it.
You forget about zombie apocalypse, right?
The sea apocalypse.
If the sea had wings, we'd be all
Wow, fuck. The
We're all
sea's scary. I'm obsessed with it, but that shit's scary. But if they start getting wings and can attack, that's scarier than any fucking like African land fucking mammal. Like
100%. 100%. Like, you can avoid a dingo. You can avoid this. You can avoid
yeah,
that.
you just know where not to go. You say dingo. I have a good story actually, right? Do you know Tasmanian devils?
Yeah.
Like, obviously not. The
I don't know them
cartoon,
personally,
but
like, but yeah.
cousin Dan was telling me, right? Tasmanian devils. What's their actual real name? They have a real mad weird name, but anyway, they're fucking. They're like a marsupial. They're endangered a little bit.
Yeah.
And they used to be in Tasmania all the time, but actually they're more fucking inland now in like New South Wales. But they used to only be just like indigenous to fucking Tasmania, which nobody really spends much time in. But you can camp out there, and the noise they make sounds exactly like a screaming baby. Right?
Jesus.
So if you didn't know anything about these things, they wouldn't come and attack you. But if they went towards you, they would attack you. So they wouldn't go. They're not hunters, like, you know what I mean. So if you were out fucking camping in Tasmania, you'd hear the scream. It sound like a baby. If you knew nothing about that, like that's what they sound like, you'd go looking for like, what the fuck is this baby screaming?
And then they go for you.
And then they fucking attack you. Like so many fucking campers got attacked by shit like that.
What the fuck?
I know, it's fucking nuts.
That's insane.
That's a bit wild, isn't it? Like, that's a bit OTT.
That's cool, though. That is cool, because that is nature.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Damn, nature, you scary.
So we've been real serious now, haven't we?
We have.
Serious.
We have been serious.
We should have rented that gaff.
I know. Do you want to go into that?
Oh, I don't know, it's you.
I don't know.
What have you got to talk about?
I was going to try and fade out.
No.
Ah, yeah. Should we do a jazz breakdown?
Finito. Bonito.
Ravioli. Spinach mixed with pasta.
What?
Ding-dong eggs.
Oh,
we finished?
Yeah, I think that's it, man. We're done.